Science-based beliefs can sometimes be tested. So the law of gravity, for instance, can be tested. We can set up an experiment here to test the law of gravity. But there's much in science that cannot be tested, or can be tested only in different ways. So the way we test things in mathematics, for instance, is very different. So by proving something, is very different from how we test things in physics or in biology. So each field has its own way of testing things. And there's more. So the very basics of science, you cannot test. So science is based on things that you cannot test. So for instance, it is based on certain philosophical principles. Take for instance the principle that if we have two theories, so theory 1 and theory 2, and theory 1 is simpler than theory 2, right? It appeals to fewer things. It explains the same things by appealing to fewer things. So this one is simpler. We should prefer the simpler theory. We should always go with the simpler theory because it's more likely to be true. Now that is something that's not scientifically been proven. It's a philosophical assumption. So, and there are many other examples. So science itself is based on things that cannot be tested. And also, I mean, lots of things in science cannot be tested. So for instance, there is string theory nowadays, which is an attempt to combine two big theories in physics that are incompatible. So it's quantum mechanics and general relativity, so two big theories that work really well, but they cannot be combined. So string theory is an attempt to combine the two, but string theory cannot be tested as things stand. So that's another example of things that cannot be tested within science itself. So another example would be what's called inference to the best explanation. So that's, let me give an example. So a big question in physics and in cosmology is where how the cosmos came about. So the currently most popular theory is Big Bang theory, which says that there was a Big Bang about 14 billion years ago, or 13.7 or something like that, right? Now that is something you cannot test, right? We can't do the Big Bang again, right? We're not able to do that. I mean, we can look at things. So there's background radiation and the stellar systems move apart. And looking at those things, many scientists think, well, the best explanation of these phenomena is that there must have been a Big Bang, which is why these stellar systems are still moving apart. So if we just go back, then 14 billion years ago, it was all 1.01 together. And then we had a Big Bang. So, but that is something you can't test. It's some phenomena you see, some things you see in reality, and then you look for the best explanation of that.